Okay, this is probably the toughest level 2. It's Walk the Butcher's Path. We're going to go ahead and run this on Reaper 1 times 2. Yeah, this quest has a distinction of being the quest that killed the most people on what's called the hardcore server, which is an 3-month event that they run, almost continuously now with a short break between. And they didn't reveal anything about season 2, but Cobalt Shamans was a big killer, and there's a lot of them in here. But in season 1, Cordovan had said this was the number one most deadly quest on during the event. Well, looks like I had the wrong weapon attached, so I was not missing that Reaper. But you'll note that a couple things to note. Since I've gotten this damage reduction, the Reaper hasn't been nearly as we haven't been the hits haven't been as big of a percentage of my hit points. So we're almost to the point where I think I mean I can't get one shot. I definitely could get hit for big damage, and if I get hit for big damage in conjunction with some other big damage, definitely get killed fast. All right, looks like there's another um, ooze, and before the next chain, or we'll run this twice, but then after that we're going to do repairs. This is kind of a nice weapon. I don't actually. I'm going to switch to this one because I think bound to account stuff doesn't take permanent damage. So, or I'll switch to that for oozes. Yeah. All right, double reapers. This is deadly potentially. We got them both. Um, and you'll also note that we're doing pretty good on these saves. Like you'll see that blue hexagon come up constantly, or head's been coming up constantly. That is because I'm making my save against their lightning bolts. That's why I'm not taking any damage. That's one of the advantage of splashing 2 rogue to this build. I know a lot of people would like to go pure paladin, and especially when you're new, the whole splashing might seem a little more complex. That's why I'm walking through the whole. Uh, Even though I'm not a professional by any sense, I'm just doing this out of more of a labor of love here. Enjoy the game and want to help other people enjoy the game. But uh, I think a lot of people might prefer more of a pure paladin, and that's no problem. A pure paladin would do good, but a pure paladin is going to be taking instead of seeing that blue symbol, they're going to see damage. So, part of the reason why I splashed two rogue is for the traps, and the other is for evasion. And I think it's a significant benefit, and definitely part of the reason why this build is able to, you know, is able to do Reaper quests without a problem. So I think that was a critical hit. That Reaper got me for about 80 in one shot. Before I had my damage reduction. So you figure if you factor in the damage reduction of 27%, without that, that would have been over 100. It could have killed me last level. And you can see just the density of mobs is the reason why this quest is considered one of the toughest level 2. Probably the other than maybe stealthy repossession, which is more about kind of unique mechanics. This is probably the toughest level 2 quest in terms of just dealing with enemies. Since I did fail a trap, I'm gonna swap on my disable gloves here. I'm curious to see if I can blow a trap up. I don't think it's possible. I think I've, I think I might fail on like a 1 or a 2 or a 3, but then you just try again and you get another roll. Once you blow up the trap box, that's all she wrote. So that's why, looks like I need my renew my clickies. That's why, as long as you're above the point where you'll blow up a trap box, in other words, it's okay to fail, but as long as you're not going to blow up a trap box, which I don't think we are, um, it's okay, you know. But if you're at a point where you're disabled so bad that you're blowing up a trap box, that's bad because now it's not only failing, it's failing and the trap can't be disabled. We probably could be okay because we have evasion. But if, for example, you're in a party, um, now people in that party might die when they go through the trap if you blow up the trap box. All right, let's get this Reaper first. And you can see by far the biggest damage I'm taking is by Reapers. Next level, there will be some exceptions to that where actually the champions will also do some heavy damage, but for the most part right now it's just Reapers. I'm not going to do that other optional. Again, this chest, if you try to open this chest, it's going to start an ambush. Uh, I'll stay away from that on Reaper because that's just too many enemies potentially that can spawn Reapers, and you're in an enclosed area. This is just a one-on-one fight, not too bad. If there's a Reaper, I probably regret starting the fight, but um, we're trying to get loot, money, so this just go ahead and get this chest here. All right, proof of the poison bracers. Um, it says immunity to natural poisons, so I'm going to keep this item as a swap item, and I tried that last time and I took damage, but it wasn't as bad. So I'm going to just, when I go through the poison trap, temporarily uh, put on this poison resistance and then put on the proof of poison and take a poison potion. So that whole combination should be okay against that trap, even if I get hit, which oftentimes I do. Whoop, whoops. All right. I'm not going to worry about weapons here. I got my sword. I want to get my Reaper. All right. All right, let's see how much damage that sword took. Quite a bit. You can see, it took a lot of damage against that ooze. Probably before my second run, I'm just going to do a quick repair. Yeah, there is a way you can peek around corners to see if there's a thing. You go here and then you just kind of right click and you can see if there's any Reapers. Uh, I didn't bother with doing that. If we're a little bit less powered, I probably would do that type of a thing, just so I knew if they're coming. All right, now we're to the end of the quest. And a Reaper can spawn here with this boss. I've had that happen one time. But if that happens and you don't want to fight him, you could actually just click on the little rope there, and it will exit you out right away. Because you finish the quest the second you get here. If you want the chest, you have to fight this guy. He could drop a trinket. That I don't think it's very good, but all these kobold bosses drop trinkets, or not all of them, but I think many of them. All right, so now I'm just going to exit. I'm going to go right back in, and then I'll do my repairs after this quest. All right, so go back in, Get our end reward. That's not a bad bow. I don't think it's any better than the one we have, which is +3 and silver. And this is +2 and acidic instead of poison. Soothing, false life 9. So nothing really great here. Let's just grab one that's like worth about 2,000. Retake the quest. And let me just make sure I have enough inventory space for this. Nope. So we're gonna do a quick sell and then we're gonna go right back in. I've locked the items that I thought were interesting already, so this will be quick. And again, I just go to sell, click the items I want to sell first. We'll keep Furious Hide. It's not bound, so I could pass it to the other account, banking account. No, not too interesting. And then once you've added everything you want, I'm going to lock this. And then once you've added everything you want to sell, click your boosts, click sell, then click sell gems, and then repair all. Good, no permanent damage. All right, now we're ready to go right back into walk the butcher's path, run 2. I didn't notice what the Reaper XP was on that last quest, but I'm guessing it's around 230 or 40. It is a little higher because of all the enemies and such. You get more bonuses. Famine Reaper, I was wondering why I was taking spell damage. Now, unfortunately, this Famine Reaper is kind of going up high. Let's see if I can get to him. Yeah, I can get him on the box here. Pretty deadly fight, and then I aggroed this other mob, which was really bad. That was bad form. I aggroed a bunch of mobs here. Um, you have to be kind of careful not to overreact or panic when there's a Reaper. Common thing you'll see in parties is that someone will do what I just did there, which is aggro the mobs when there's a dangerous enemy around. Um, we're we're doing pretty good. Like I'm not really too worried about a single Reaper at this point, although that guy could kill us. So I don't know. I thought I looked and didn't see the Reaper, but we should really check and make sure there's no Reapers there. Sometimes they do spawn after. I've walked into this quest and seen 3 Reapers at the beginning, and at that point I'll just restart it. I'll just go back out go to the beginning, click the rope, and then restart it if there's 3 Reapers right at the beginning. But normally 1 or 2 is the most you'll see, but you can see 3. Later in the quest, I'll try to beat them, of course, but in the very beginning, that's a pretty bad start. So we could probably handle R3 okay, like Reaper of 3 Skulls. We might die, you know, once in a while in R3. But the reason I'm not bothering with R3 right now is okay. Here's a Plague Reaper. Uh, Plague Reapers are tough because they give you a healing debuff here. So my hireling will continue to try to heal me, but won't be successful because of that healing debuff. And so two options: keep fighting as I was fighting, and like once I had that Reaper down, I was pretty sure I wasn't going to die, and so I just kept fighting. But the other option is run. So with Famine Reapers, your hireling's not going to heal you, and so running's a very reasonable choice um, to get your healing. Then you can call your hireling and get your healing back. But that's this quest we're going to do twice today. Okay, here's a Fear Reaper. Let's get this thing right away. All right, so this Obscuring Mist is giving everybody a 20% mist bonus since I don't have true seeing. Let's see. Oh, there he is. So I don't think I can reach him, so I'm just going to whip out my bow, and I didn't have to. The hireling took care of him. But that's why you always want to have a bow on you, even though you're not very good with the bow. Um, you know, it could get out of some situations, tough situations. All right, kind of another tough fight, and we're not going to repeat this quest as a daily. Oh, Famine, let's get this guy quick. He's the caster and a nasty caster. We have our shield clicky for 35 seconds still, but there's other spells he casts besides Magic Missile. All right, well we got through that okay. And you can see we've had a lot of Reapers this quest. That's how it goes. Sometimes you'll get none. We had some quests where we never saw a Reaper the entire quest, and we see other quests where we have several. This quest you're more likely to see that because there's just so many enemies. We're through over half of them now, but the more enemies, the more chance of Reapers, and so there's a lot of these level twos that have just very few enemies, and so that's why we might see no Reapers in some. All right, Plague again. Let's throw everything we have at this Plague Reaper. He gives a healing debuff. That was kind of close there, but yeah, you can see the healing. The hireling will just keep trying to heal you. They don't understand this debuff. They don't, you know, you can't communicate that to your hireling, and your hireling won't, doesn't understand that. So, all right, so my hireling spell points are pretty low, so I'm gonna skip that named troglodyte. Yeah, you can see you could just see when you get a lot of Reapers what that does, and so you can imagine Reaper 3. I don't know if it's exactly triple, but let's just say we had even double the number of Reapers. That would be pretty tough, and we might have died. And of course, we'd have to shrine here. I don't think we have to shrine here. I'm gonna put on this quarterstaff. Yeah, generally, bound to account items and bound to character items don't take permanent damage. That's why I'm using this one on the oozes, and you can see I just did a repair all, and it took the weapon down to half. So they do quite a bit of damage. We'll be running Dirks. Maybe we'll get lucky and get an ooze weapon. It's not a two-handed fighting weapon, but it's not too bad. All right, we're almost to the end. Just gonna have the hireling top me off. And let's see what the Reaper XP is on this. 82, which is not bad. It could possibly go up a little bit. So 82 Reaper XP for the second run. That's not bad. We're not going to run this one as a daily the next couple of days. Let's see where we're at on our total real quick when we get out of this screen. All right, we've gotten quite a bit of Reaper XP. We're only 881 away from the next point. We still have some more to run. I'm not sure if we'll get quite to our second Reaper point today or not, but we should get fairly close. So that is Walk the Butcher's Path Reaper times 2. Let's just take a look at our end reward. I didn't see anything super exciting. There was this thaumaturgic item, which, if it had a wizardry, I don't think so super compelling one there. Um, so let's just grab one that's 2,000, and that is walk the butcher's path.